Alright, Schlockmeister fans, continuing with some of the movies in this Drive-In Cult Classics 32 movie collection, we're going to watch something called Van Nuys Boulevard. Let's watch it. Bill Adler stars as Bobby. Here's his girl.
How you doing?
Come on.
Wait, no, let me watch this.
I'll have to get home soon. My dad will be wanting his car back.
Excuse me.
He's watching a TV report about cruising in Van Nuys, California.
How do you intend to
He lives in the Midwest somewhere, but he's intrigued by this. He's going to leave.
Where are you going?
Van Nuys Boulevard.
So just like that, he drives to Hollywood.
Hi. What do you have?
Well, I'll take a hamburger, french fries, and a thick shake.
Now here's a local cruising celebrity named Chooch. He seems decidedly older than a lot of the kids around there, but nonetheless, they look up to him. And here's Officer Zass, who is always hassling Chooch and the other cruisers.
I think I'll write you up for NUYS. What do you think of that?
Just hurry up. Your mother's waiting for me back in my house.
Now here we're going to meet this guy named Greg.
Hi.
He's found his dream girl.
Well, what do you want?
Well, you're not gonna believe this, but I dreamt about you. I dreamt about her. It's just fake.
This is her boyfriend, and he's not happy.
No.
The scuffle continues with the two of them just beating the shit out of each other's cars. Bobby meets this girl named Moon,
You ready?
Yeah.
and she challenges Bobby to a
Follow me.
van drag race, which ended up getting them arrested. Notice Chooch is in jail too.
You just can't stand losing, can you?
I don't lose.
Big macho.
Greg is in there too, and suddenly they all become friends and decide to hang out together.
That was part of the dream. We had to. Hey, let's all go.
I believe they were having a contest to see who could go the longest without puking. I think that's Zass again, and he was getting into it and gave into this, and he's trapped.
What is this?
Meanwhile, Moon and Bobby are hitting it off on the dance floor. This disco dance sequence goes on for quite a while.
You're right.
Back at the beach,
Of course I'm right.
I guess I better leave the keys.
Good.
Bye.
got a little hijinks sneaking into a bedroom at night. Of course, he's in the parents' bedroom by mistake. And his girl's wondering, where the hell is he?
My gun. Never my gun.
Bobby and Moon eventually do take it to the next level. A hippie eventually comes along.
Hey, what are you doing?
Taking you bad.
And it's not going to help the officer.
Hand you money.
And then a dog comes by, grabs the keys, but he's also not going to help the officer. Here's an odd scene.
Is everybody okay in there?
So Greg buys this giant sub sandwich, and as soon as he digs in, lockjaw.
Okay, son. What is your name?
Zaha.
Here's a way to sneak your boyfriend into the house.
Hi, this is Gracie.
But then the dad comes up and thinks he's getting sexy with the new girl.
Your skin is so tight.
And then the wife comes in and busts him. The officer's mom finally comes to rescue him.
Anywhere, Alan. They're buried in the sand. A little doggy buried the keys.
Chooch has some good news.
What? What is all this?
It's a new me. Wanda and I are gonna get married. And we're gonna fly to Tennessee to Dad's farm to live.
Another drag race. Bobby against Moon. This one had a little hint of chicken in it. Then she leaves him. So she drives off for about 10 seconds, then turns around and comes back. And I guess they're happy now. And with Chooch leaving, selling his car, he sold it to Officer Zass. That's our ending. Alright, let's talk about this movie called Van Nuys Boulevard. I had reviewed this on my previous channel. That was the first time I'd watched it, and now I watched it for a second time. What we have here is a movie starring a guy named Bill Adler. He plays Bobby. He lives like somewhere in the Midwest, somewhere, I don't know. And he's kind of bored with his life there. He's maybe in his early 20s or so, and he's in like a trailer home with his girlfriend, who gets naked for really no reason. Not that I minded. It's weird. She's in her underwear when he comes in, then as soon as he comes in, she takes all of her clothes off. Nice. Anyway, and they didn't even have sex or anything. She was just naked, so cool. Anyway, aside from that, he's watching this report on TV about cruising on Van Nuys Boulevard, which I guess was a big thing around this time period. So he decides, you know what, that looks like fun. I want to go do that. So he just up and leaves. He leaves his state, he leaves his girlfriend, he leaves that trailer home and says, I'm going to Van Nuys. So he goes. So next thing you know, he's in LA. And from there, there's really not a whole hell of a lot of plot. He meets this woman named Moon, who's a drag racer. He has a van. Moon has a van, and Moon pulls up to him and says, hey, you want to drag? And she says, hey, let's go to Raymer, which is a street apparently. He has no idea what a Raymer is, but they go out there and they start to drag race. Then the next thing you know, they get arrested for drag racing. There's this guy named Chooch who has this big porn 70s mustache. He's probably like 10, 15 years older than all the other people, but he's kind of like revered by all the kids in the area, and they love Chooch and stuff. And he's driving around, he gets arrested, he gets hassled by the cops all the time. And then there's this other guy named Greg, who, weird scene in the beginning there where he found this girl. He's like, oh my God, I've been dreaming of her. She's beautiful. I've literally been having dreams about her. So he goes up to her, and her boyfriend doesn't appreciate it. They get into a fight, and then they each start beating up each other's cars. They start smashing the hell out of the cars at the gas station there. I don't know. The rest of the movie is basically drag racing and sex and not a whole hell of a lot of plot, to be honest with you. There's a subplot here where Officer Zass, who was the cop who's been hassling him all the time, he hooks up with this girl named Wanda, and they go down to the beach, and she's like seducing him and stuff, and she gets him to take his all of his clothes off but his underwear, I guess. And then she grabs his handcuffs and is able to handcuff him to the car through the windows. So he's outside of the car, sitting or standing on the beach on the sand, but his arms are wrapped around the window so he can't get out, and they're handcuffed now. And then she just drops the keys outside and walks away and leaves. And he's out there for like 2 or 3 days. He's baking in the sun. You can see his skin is peeling and everything. Eventually, his mother shows up, and I guess she's going to rescue him. She just walked off too. But in the last scene of the movie, well, near the end there, Chooch decides he's going to get married. There's nothing left for him on Van Nuys Boulevard. So he's going to run off to Tennessee and live on a farm. And then he sells his car, apparently, to Officer Zass. And the last scene of the movie, the license plate on Chooch's car, which said Chooch, now says Zass. And he gets pulled over and is about to be hassled by another cop. That's it. That's really our movie. Again, not much going on here other than a few days in the lives of some happenings at the Van Nuys Boulevard area circa 1979 or so. that's it. There's some nude scenes splattered throughout here. I don't even know who any of the actresses were, to be honest with you. Cynthia Wood, yeah, she was somebody, I guess. Cynthia Wood, she has some nude scenes in here, and Bill Adler, who was also in a movie called The Pom Pom Girls a couple years earlier, which I reviewed on my previous channel also, which I should review again soon. But anyway, that's Van Nuys Boulevard. I think it's a public domain movie. I think you can find this all kinds of compilations, including this one here. Maybe it's in a standalone DVD also. It's okay for what it is. I mean, it's just a nice way to kill about 85 minutes or so. Yeah, not much more to tell about it. I'm curious if you've seen it. Leave some comments. Let me know. Van Nuys Boulevard. Watch it. Bye.